In the last video, I talked about an English word family derived from a Latin base and what it told us about the spelling of certain consonants. I'm going to talk about another one now, which tells us something about the spelling of consonants and vowels. This is the Latin base vert and verse in the past participle form, meaning to turn. And we get loads and loads of words in English from this particular base. I'm going to talk about a couple, starting with advertisement or advert. And the reason it's called that is it turns your attention to something. That's that ad word again. Revert, of course, means turning back to something. Re meaning back or again. And if you divert someone's attention, or if you divert the traffic, you turn it in a different direction. The D prefix means apart or in different directions. Now again, the past participle form, the verse, gives us several words connected with those as well. Adverse, reverse, and diverse. But there's also reversion and diversion that we get from that. Now again, as with those mission words, the SI is pronounced as a je, which is marked like this phonetically. And of course, there are words like subversive, which have the S as a simple S sound. Now, there's another word we get, conversion, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but there's a similar word, conversation, that we also get. And something interesting happens there. The ER of the verse suddenly becomes We say conversation. Now this is the English unstressed vowel, the schwa as it's called, marked like this phonetically. Now a child might be tempted to spell that word as convasation because an unstressed A letter is often pronounced as a schwa in English. But if they're familiar with that word family, the vert and verse family, that can probably help with getting the spelling right. Just thinking back to that word conversion for a minute, you might notice that the O in the con prefix there is also pronounced as a schwa. And this very often happens with that prefix. So another small example of that. Here's the word confirm, and again, the O in the con is pronounced in English like a schwa, an sound. But there's also the word confirmation. Now in this case, it's the IR, which is pronounced as a schwa. And that's pretty unusual in English, actually. You don't often get IR pronounced as But if children are familiar with that Latin base, FIRM, then they might even be able to work out the spelling without even being told that it's confirmation. Because, as I mentioned in the previous video, when a Latin base is involved, the spelling will normally stay the same, even if the pronunciation changes. Thanks for watching.